This is the current state of my big 10-foot Christmas tree that I do every year. This is the remnants of my spring tree still on here. Taken most of it down, but if you didn't catch that tree, you should check it out. I loved it. It was called the Secret Garden Tree, and it was really, I loved it. It was really pretty. But this is what's left on here, and I'm gonna take this down. I'm getting one more shipment of lights today, hopefully, fingers crossed. And I need to get this tree ready to show you all the lights. This is gonna be one last look at the ice white lights because I'm gonna take them off. So this has currently 8 strands of 1,000 each strands of the ice white lights. So it's got a total of 8,000 ice white lights on here. So it was gorgeous. They've been on here for a year practically, because I put this tree up last year and I didn't take it down. I just redecorated it as the spring tree and left it up all year long. So these lights have been going strong on a daily basis. They have a ton of life left in them as well. So anyway, I'm about to take the ice white lights off and the rest of the decor that's left and get this tree ready for showing you the new 2024 lights. Okay, so a couple of things I've just taken off the tree. One is this chocolate brown 6-inch shatterproof ornament. I love this ornament. I have used it so many times in so many different designs, and I really loved it in this spring tree design against the flocked or the white tree. It just really added a little, punctuation in there. So these are on their way. I have them coming and they are currently set up as pre-order on the site. It's beautiful. Then also I've just got some cheap eucalyptus that I just use all the time. I don't put it out or put it away. I keep it out and use it in different trees. I've probably used this, I don't know how many different times. But I have this linked on LTK, and I'll try to relink that and show that to you again. The next things I took off the tree, I took off my green collection of ornaments. Now I don't have any of these listed, but that's what I do. I build collections, and this is my green collection. So I am going to reuse this in some design. I don't get married to a design where I put up the same tree every year. And I look at my collection and the colors that I have, and green is a great collection to build. Build your ornaments and collections and then redistribute them every year in a different way. And that's what's exciting about decorating to me, is doing something new and fresh every year. And I use the same things I have, I just use them in a different way. So that's a tip. Start looking at your items as collections and seeing if you can come up with a new way to use it this year. Another thing that I've just pulled off, this is an 8-inch gold glitter pleated ornament, and I do have those. Those are currently in stock. These, I used them last year in Snowy Owl. I also had them in the Fancy Forest, and I used them in this tree, obviously, the Secret Garden Tree, and they are really pretty, glittery, and they are listed. You'll find these under ornaments, and these are 8-inch. They're really pretty. Okay, the next thing that I took down were my hydrangeas. So if you're thinking, oh, she'll put those away because they're spring, not Christmas, you'd be wrong, because I use these in almost every tree every year. Doesn't matter the season. I use these all the time. I love them. My personal collection is a little bit different than what I have listed. These are glittered or kind of flocked. They've got a little bit of glitter on the leaf. And honestly, I wouldn't even bother with that. You could do something like that to these with a little glitter spray and it might be really pretty. I don't know. It either way, they look beautiful in the tree. So this is what I have listed. I have this white one, mop head hydrangea. It's not glittery, but it is beautiful. I used this one in the Home Sweet Home tree. I also have the pink and the green panicula, and I definitely have a plan for these for my tree design. These would be good if you're doing a pink tree or something pink. They're really pretty hydrangeas. Under picks and floral, and you can find these 3 hydrangeas. Okay, next off the tree were these iridescent balls, and I think these are 5-inch. I feel like I have some of these coming in, but they're not here yet, but I think I have a few of these coming in. These are great. They just sort of take up space without blocking the light. They go with any color scheme, no matter what. These are great. And I also have over here the really large ones. I think these are about a 10-inch. I'm about to take those down. I don't have any of those. Those came in last year and they're really just too big to ship for me. Gorgeous. If you can find some really large ornaments, definitely use them. I definitely advocate using really large ornaments. And in fact, I do have some extra large ornaments linked and listed out on my LTK page. So we'll also try to just repost the extra large ornaments very soon. All right, if you did your research and you went back and you saw the secret garden tree design, then you know that I had this basket in the middle with some greenery and bunny sitting in here and then ribbon all around it. And you know, how did I attach all of that? Wire, just wire, paddle wire. I'm sure I've got links for this on LTK, but it's just paddle wire. You can find it anywhere, I'm guessing. That is my friend. I use wire on a lot of things, especially large things that aren't necessarily ornaments that I want to put in the tree. So get some wire if you want to get creative. Okay, the final decor item that's left on the tree are my giant mushrooms. I took off the small mushrooms as well. So these I just bought. These are a spring item. I have a link for these if they're still active, I don't know, on LTK. These were a DIY. So if you want to do your research, you can go back and see. I had these mushrooms in a spring/summer tree. It was called Mushrooms and Butterflies. And you can find these mushrooms when I first made them, and they were painted. They were purple and I can't remember exactly what color they were. There was a purple one, a blue one, and an orange one. And they were gorgeous as spring/summer decor. Then last year I took them and I covered them in moss, and you can see what they look like. I used them in the Fancy Forest tree. I also used them obviously in this tree, in the secret garden tree, after I covered them in moss. So I have a blog called Mom Can Do Anything, and that is where I put all of my DIY kind of things. I don't have the moss covering step, but I do have the actual construction of the mushroom with the painting on the blog. And you can see other DIY projects as well. But this is the giant mushroom, or one of the 3 giant mushrooms that I made. And I might use them again this year. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it all turns out. This is the ice white lights. 8,000 ice white lights. They've been on here for almost a year. And I've done 2 designs with them. I did the black and white called Dashing Through the Snow. Loved that tree. And then I did the spring one that I just took down, which was the secret garden tree. So both of those, the first one obviously was black and white. The second one had a lot of greens and brown and springy type colors. The lights were gorgeous with it. I can't imagine having used any other light, honestly. And with the black and white decor, it just kept the white and crisp. And it really did feel like snow. So I loved the ice white lights with both of those designs. I also used the ice white lights on a green tree, and it's called the red snowflake tree. I used it with red decor. So if you're looking at the ice white lights, be sure and check out all of those designs so you can see what they look like with those different colors. But I highly recommend them with white. I think it was definitely, I can't imagine having used another color of light. They were perfect with the white. Here's a look. Now the tree's obviously not fluffed, but that's what they look like. This is about 11 o'clock in the morning. And I have a front door with a lot of light coming through. You can see them. I've got a ton of video on YouTube. You can see them at night and during day. You can see them with decor, without decor, whatever you want to, different designs, what they would look like with different colors of decor. So I thought they were beautiful. That's the ice white lights. 8,000 of them. That's 8 strands of ice white lights.